Hello you all, I am BlaqueWitchYaya. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, and this is a continuation of my previous video where we talked about soul ties, good and bad. This will be focusing on how to break toxic soul ties. Crystal and symbol of the day is the Ankh and clear quartz. The Ankh has come to symbolize life and immortality, the universe, power, and life-giving air and water. Its key-like shape has also encouraged the belief it could unlock the gates of death. Combined with the clear quartz, the meaning and energy obtained by the Ankh is amplified and open to whatever intention it is charged with by the individual it is called to. And you can get your Ankh and clear quartz at BlaqueWitchYaya.com. Automatically, when you think of the term soul ties, you think intercourse. Be careful who you have sex with, because you never know, their energy may tie into yours and make your life crazy. But there's honestly many forms of soul ties that I want to dive just a little bit into, just because we may be a part of some that we don't even know. So the first step in order to break a bad soul tie is to know that you're in a bad soul tie. If you watch my first video and you feel like any of those examples applies to you, that's how you know you may be in a bad soul tie. Really take those examples I gave, apply it to your life, dissect how you feel and how you operate throughout life with that individual you feel you are in a bad soul tie with. And if you come to the conclusion, yeah, this is bad, this is toxic, this is detrimental to my overall health and life, you make the first step to break a soul tie. You have to know you're in one in order to break it. You can't be iffy, you can't be wishy-washy, because once you start going through the process of breaking the soul tie, if you revert back, that tie may be even stronger than before because you tried to leave, but you made the decision to come right back. So really know that you're in a bad soul tie, because once you start the healing process, you want to be able to continue without any doubt. So the second step is to remove all association, not just with that individual, but with anything and anybody that aligns with that individual. So if you have a girlfriend and you and her sister are best friends, you and your sister work together, you want to try to remove all association as possible, because within a soul tie there's different links, so you have to remove each link. Even if it's the simple fact that I know that she goes to this coffee shop in the morning, so let me go to the one that's a little further down. You want to start breaking all association and visual aids of that person as much as possible, which goes to the third step, is to get rid of any physical items that remind you of that person. That cute oversized hoodie that you stole of his, get rid of it. All those Valentine's Day cards where he's just lying to you, saying that he loves you, all those little knickknacks that she gave you, get rid of it. And this will not only help yourself in the spiritual realm, but also in the physical realm as well. So when you go home and you feel like you're having a good day, you're breaking those ties, and then you see those pairs of shoes that she gave you, and then you're just back at square one. You're missing her, you're missing the conversations, even though it was detrimental. But like I stated before in my other video, you could be in a soul tie that's so tight to the point where you feel like it's a necessary evil. Next, you want to reintroduce yourself, not to people, not to the individual that you were in a soul tie with, but reintroduce yourself to yourself. Find out who you were before you got entangled with that Find out who you were before you got entangled with that person. Find out, what do you like as an individual? What do you enjoy? What are your goals and aspirations? And reintroduce yourself. Write it down. Write down a whole new story for yourself. Sometimes in life, when we are involved in a soul tie, we tend to forget who we were before that person, because our whole life becomes dependent and a part of them. So just removing them from the story, really meditating and trying to find out who you were prior to them will really help you discover on where you need to be in the future and what your next move needs to be. Now, along with this process of removing them from the chapter mentally, physically, and spiritually, you want to forgive yourself. Because I know a lot of people, they feel stupid, like, why did I get myself tied up into this? Why did I let her ruin my life? Why did I let him ruin my life? You want to forgive yourself, even if the person did not necessarily apologize, because that's just going to make it easier for you to get rid of that baggage and that past trauma by forgiving. Now, even though we're forgiving, we're removing them out of the story, doesn't necessarily mean that you forget them. You still learn lessons from them, and you use those as tools to continue forward. Now, this is beyond spiritual. This is just me trying to help and motivate. But yeah, you just want to use the lessons that you learn from them to move forward. So the next relationship, the friendship, the partnership that you get into, you know the warning signs to look out for, so you don't meet another person like them. Because within a soul tie, when you break it, at first you can be vulnerable to other people who will match that link that you had before to hook onto you and to take you through the same process that that one did before. Now, those are the easy steps. If you feel like it's a new soul tie, you can handle it by yourself to break it. Now, there are situations where people are in a deeper soul tie where they feel like spell work was done or something's beyond their control. Watch my video where I did the signs to tell if someone put a spell on you. Just some people feel like, okay, it's not going to be that easy for me because it's a lot of other elements that are involved. This is where I suggest spiritual counseling. Get a tarot card reading to see what was going on behind the scenes. And of course, I'm going to recommend my boyfriend, the Baron, to get a reading from if you feel like it's beyond your control and you need more counseling. If you feel like you got it under control, go ahead and go for it. But if you feel like, okay, this is just beyond the whole writing something down in a diary, I really need counseling, get a tarot card reading. If you feel like you need a protection spell done, get some spell work done. But I always suggest get a reading first so you really can see what's going on. But for me, I always suggest getting a reading done first, just so you know, like, okay, do I need to do spell work or do I just need to meditate? Do I need to pay someone to do this or do I just need to do this ritual myself? It'll kind of give you a basis on what your next move should be. That's if you feel like I just can't do this myself. It has to be a stronger hold that's there that you may be unaware of or you can't see in the physical world because you feel like it's something deeper and spiritual. But that's if it's like a real deep soul tie that's been going on for years, family members are involved, and you just lost complete control of your life. Just make sure you investigate what's going on with yourself first before you make that decision, because I don't want to push tarot card readings on y'all. Just do it if you really feel like you need to. But thank you guys so much for tuning into this video. Like I always say, as above, so below, as within, so without, as the universe, so the soul. Until next time, you guys, I say.